Hey, hello and welcome back. We're here with FOF. I'm so happy to be back with my best friend here, Fang. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I just gotta get my last cast in before I get canceled, and that kicked off FOF.
Oh boy. Okay, so he's still going on his escapade for to be in the doghouse. But for me, we have Team Azores versus Team Blue Bayou. Now, anyone who knows me knows Blue Bayou has been one of my favorite teams to watch. These guys will execute the basic concepts of the game, and that's something I love to see. And Team Azores has been one of those teams that are showing that any bit of improvement that I believe that they can take a game off of anybody. So this game is going to be really set up to be a one that's exciting.
And on the other side, Team Asterith is one of the fan favorites in the league, and personally one of my favorite team in the Heroic League. So
Oh, who's
I'm
the fan
actually
favorite?
it's gotta be Team Asterith, right? I
Oh,
think so.
who's the Pacific? Who's the guy? Who's the person
Oh,
we're
I like
watching today?
I like Ghoul and Ambu. Those are my boys, dude. I
Go
love to
and
say
Ambu.
Ambu's names. Yeah,
Oh,
those are my
Ambu
guys.
Black. I get it. I get it. I see where they were going with that.
And on the team BBZ, I have insider information. First off, Champion Red does not know how to do an icebreaker. That's number one. I've asked him to do icebreakers when we were getting absolutely destroyed by a silver team, and he would not do it at all. So
Wow, this one is going to be interesting already. We have a Darius first pick. So this is showing a lot of confidence, a lot of maybe a little bit of disrespect, but I'm gonna go with confidence because the team Azores has always been a team that's gonna be ready to give us some spiciness. They don't really want to play standard. They'll do the counterintuitive thing to try to find themselves an advantage in matchups where they may not usually be favored. So we're interesting start. I'm happy we're here. That Darius can be either going jungle or top, thanks to Riot deciding to change the game up and really give Darius an extra avenue to where he can be. So interesting first pick. I like it.
I think maybe that they're choosing this Darius to maybe punish the sub top laner. I think, if I'm not mistaken, All Might is the starting top laner for BBC. I'm
I
not
believe
100%
Allmart
certain.
isn't All Might a coach also for another team. I don't know. We might have to look into that. We'll get that confirmation from broadcast on another time. But now we have the Lilia and the Thrush locked in. So I'm happy. What do you think about that, man?
I'm a bit curious as to why they pick Lily, because Lily is usually that third jungler. You usually pick Hecarim or Udyr. Maybe this Dax is more comfortable on the Lilia pick, and they're gonna lock in this Seraphine. All right, Seraphine is making nerd out on Seraphine. I think she's a triple flex pick. She goes mid, she goes bot, she goes support. I think now with the nerfs to Staff Flowing Water and Moonstone, I think that she's best at the support role. I don't think that she's really good at the mid lane role, and I think in bot lane she's pretty gutted. But
Yeah. She can also play. So she actually is one of those rare four-way flex, especially if you're a big LS fan. He's really a big proponent on some of these mages, some of these hyper healing champions being taken into the top lane. So that's something that'd be interesting to see if they choose to go that route. And now we have the Kaisa into the Gnar locked in. So Gnar being into the Darius is a really, really interesting matchup. If that is the case, I do expect the Darius to most likely go into the jungle. But based on what we see so far, any thoughts? Who do you think won the first section of draft?
absolutely, BBZ definitely won the first section of draft. I don't think that you should have picked Kaisa this early if you're going to pick Seraphine, since Seraphine can go both bot, mid, and support. But I guess they're just saying we don't want it to go bot lane, which is fine. I mean, yeah, that's fine. I think that on the side of BBZ, they have an easier to play comp so far. Gnar is a relatively easy champion to pull off. Lilia is very good in team fights, and Thresh is, in my opinion, an easier to play support than most.
Yeah, and Kaisa has gone through some nerfs, so her laning phase is significantly weaker than it was before. She really, really requires some setup from her support, so taking Seraphine is kind of going to put your Kaisa in a weird spot if that is the case that it does go into the bot lane. But we see that they're pinching 80 carries. They took away that Jinx. They took away the Varus. So now the expectation is we're looking maybe at a Twitch, but actually we're going to have Champion Red take the Aphelios. Mr. 200 Years has received some buffs, so it's good to see him back in the meta. And Thresh Aphelios is a monster lane, super strong, super good fighting power, super good survivability and safety. So really, really smart on BBZ to take that.
I'm actually a huge proponent of Aphelios. I actually think he's a lot stronger than people think he is. I mean, he's not like busted like how he used to be, but I really like Aphelios right now. I think that what is the word? Holy crap! The upgrades to his ulti and stuff like that, especially his flamethrower, is not as horrible anymore. I think he's underrated if you're actually a really good Aphelios player, but I think you have to be really good at him to make him succeed at the moment.
Yeah, and he's going to have a lot to survive. You see that the Yone is going to be picked up, so that's another champion that's going to have heavy dive. BBZ doesn't really have a significant front line. Right now, their front line is really conditional on that Gnar having Mega Gnar. And woo, I am really excited. We have the Kennen. So Kennen is a traditional counter pick into the Gnar. Really, really well done to see that picked up. And that is so much team fight power. And now we know for sure that Darius is going into the jungle.
So I'm just gonna flat out put 10,000 on BBZ at the moment. Let me flex on the haters for my channel points real quick. I really do not like TAS's draft. I think they have zero synergy whatsoever. They don't really have a good front
Oh, here
line.
we go.
So yeah, I'm going with BBZ with the easy win.
And the last pick coming through is going to be the Vladimir. So for anyone who hasn't seen this champion in a long time, he did just recently receive the buff on his most usability. Taking 1 second off of transfusion was massive for him. He basically got probably 300 to 400 extra damage in team fights. He already was extremely bursty and survivable, so him getting this extra cooldown reduction for free has just made this champion just spurt back into the meta. He's really, really strong right now, and he has a really solid matchup into the Yone because Yone cannot R him with pool available. So I like what both teams have come up with. They have counter picks. They have a draft that can make sense. Both teams have a viable win condition, and that is something that we don't typically see. That I'm happy that we did get to see.
Vladimir is a very strong pick, and Marcus, my friend, hopefully the messiah for my team to come through. Who do you think is going to win this game right here? Being BBZ and Team Asteroid, who do you think is going to win this game?
I'm probably going to give it to BBZ just because of how consistent they've been. But who knows, at this point. I don't have any channel points to bet in this spot.
So you're saying that you do not support the betting, and we're getting into the game. Let's go. Alright. They're not doing a 5-fan on the side of Team Asteroid, I don't think. No, they're not. Okay. And I said this last game, and I'll say it again. The top laner should be slightly outside that bush to hopefully get a better viewpoint of the invade. For instance, if they were invading right here, he would see him at the very, very last second and almost die. It's not a huge deal because Team Asteroid is probably not going to invade. I mean, BBZ is probably not going to invade with their comp. They have very weak level 1s with Vladimir and Aphelios, so
yeah, so this is going to be a pretty solid, pretty standard opening. I don't expect any team to really be looking to do anything crazy. Now you see both junglers have started on the opposite side of the map. There is going to be the Lilia who's going to be taking that red side clear, so she's going to probably hit that red, hit that those Krugs, and hit those Wraiths, and then come up to the top side. Darius is going to be doing the opposite, so we should expect ganks to come out, at least the first one, to come out in the opposite lanes of each other. Oh, hello?
right. Yeah, all right. Sorry. I was getting a message from my boss, Dericles, for a second, and all right. Anyway, so Dax is doing the red side, which means that he will be pathing towards the bot side. There'll be a bot gank. On the other side, Darius is pathing from bot to top. So I don't think they have the information of that. There's actually a ward right there on that chickens, so he might be able to see them pathing through.
So and he is going to be spotted, probably most likely early, so that is going to probably limit the early engage. But actually, no, the ward is going to expire before the chickens are taken by the Darius, so he's going to be out of vision for the foreseeable future. This is going to give both junglers an opportunity to look for something, as not that many wards has gone down on the side of both teams.
What I'm very interested in is that this Kennen went... Oh, there's going to be a fight here.
Oh, here we go. That's going to be the flash play. That's going to be the hook landing. That's a lot of damage. Seraphine's going to have to flash out. She is exhausted. She's taking a lot of damage from the Aphelios. It's going to be first blood coming in, but now here's going to be a trade. The heal is going to come through. Kaiser is really looking for it, but he's going to take a lot of damage. He needs to be careful. This is a level 2 on the Aphelios and the Thresh. The hook is going to be available. He cannot overwalk up, or the Flay and the hook would just be a death sentence. And here we go. Lights and Gua are going to be trading into the mid, but that's going to be a clean first blood on the side of the Aphelios' Thresh. And, ooh, really close on the hook. Also, you have to be careful of how much damage these two can put out in the 2v2.
Absolutely. In the bot side, they just got the level 2 advantage. I think for some reason, Kaisa missed some CS experience, and she just got the level 1, while Seraphine got the level 2. Instant flash in from King Chris. and pretty much dead singer.
Yeah, Mr. Sungo has managed to find himself a play. Even taking that exhaust usually indicates that you're going to be looking for a more passive laning phase. So them getting that early kill was maybe more on the unexpected side. And now they have a little bit of advantage. That's going to be the waves pushed in. Lily is just going to get a free scuttle crab, and here we go again. That's going to be there is no flash onto this Seraphine. She needs to be careful. If this hook lands, she's just going to be dead. That's going to be a double slow. The hook is going to land, and that is Seraphine going down. And actually, she's going to survive. Ooh, look at the damage. The healing really almost baited them here. But now here comes the damage. Dax is going to land that E. That's a lot of damage that has gone down onto the Kai'Sa. And now they're just looking for the push in. And that's another kill. 2 kills on 4 minutes on this Aphelios.
Very smart by Team BBZ. They know that Seraphine had no flash. They're going to immediately punish it. I really like that play.
Yeah, really solid, really good laning. BBZ is continuing their trend of maintaining lane advantages. Their laners have been showing that a lot of progress nowadays, that they've gotten some time together. The team have gotten some more practice in, and they've been very impressive in that aspect of their gameplay.
And on the side of TAS, there's going to be a pause here, if I'm not mistaken, or is it just immediate? All right, no, we're
Yep. There it goes. There is going to be a quick pause. So in the meantime, this is game 4 of the day. This is the last game that we have today, and that's going to be a really quick pause. As the pause is over, here is an all-in. The bounce is going to come through. The stun hasn't landed yet, but that is going to be the flash coming out from the Gnar. Kennen should just be able to walk this out as he's been stunned, but he's going to have to flash away. He doesn't want to take any more extra damage. He is going to dodge that last Q, and that is going to be just a trade of flashes on the top side. Kennen is not that upset about the situation he's in.
Actually, really timed gank at the moment. Darius back, so they can't really punish him on the bot side, and they're going to push this top lane in tower, and Gnar gets the back for free.
Yeah, and this is a minor problem. This is something that Dax does consistently that can really, really alleviate some of his pressure on the map. He really commits to helping his lanes. He's always down to sacrifice. He's going to be getting himself in a situation where now the Darius is coming up, and he hasn't based yet, so he is going to need to kick another base at some point. He only has those boots as he's back on the map. But here comes another trade. The hook is going to be dodged on the Kai'Sa, even slow through the exhaust. Very well played, but the Lantern's going to come out. The Flay is going to miss. Now that the Lantern's taken, this should just be a kill as they're trying to get in range for this auto. The potion is healing. One auto isn't going to kill anymore, and here comes the E up and available. That is going to be a failed 2v2 kill on the side. Very well played with the dodges coming out on the side of this Kai'Sa.
That was actually really, really clean by Champion Red. He immediately cleared out the wave so that Chris Sunga, King Chris could go in and get that hook. Very, very smart, good synergy by them. A little bit bad on the execution at the end, but not a huge deal. They get this huge wave, and Kai'Sa should be missing this if they push it quick enough.
Yeah, that is really, really well done. They still are going to get some advantages, as now Kai'Sa is going to miss this huge wave coming into the tower. That's going to open up a really big CS disadvantage. Now the Darius is caught out. He's going to be slowed. He's probably just going to die, actually. He has no flash. That's going to be another hook dodge, but he's going to be walking out really slow. The Vladimir is just going to take him with the E, and that is a really dangerous sign. Vladimir picking up kills early.
Yeah, it's actually really important that this Vladimir got the kill. I think Litz has also been very good this season. One of the bright spots for BBZ especially, which is a team that's been really good in general, so that's saying a lot about Litz.
Yeah, Lights has been really solid. And now that this dragon is going down, BBZ has had one of those games where they've managed just to take everything off the map. They haven't given up any real advantage except in this top side, where once again Chihu has found himself in a CS disadvantage. He's been very solid at team fighting, but as a sub he doesn't seem to be getting as many resources as the remainder of his team, so sometimes his CS suffers in that case. So that Kennen's going to be someone to look for, to really look to punish in these coming minutes.
I think Kennen, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not most familiar with top matchup, but I think Kennen is also a counterpick into Gnar, so that also has something to do with the fact that the CS is getting...
Yeah, Kennen does beat the Gnar early, especially because of some base damage. Here comes the Ghost. This is going to come out. They're doing this into the Lights. Light still has flash. He probably isn't going to die here, but that's going to be the Ignite. He doesn't even flash away, and that's going to be so much damage coming through. I'm actually just getting a correction. The flash was down, and off-screen, Aphelios picked up a kill. Let's quickly get a replay and see what occurred. Here comes the Sleep going to be landing. Now, this is unmissable. Cross Sung is going to land this hookup. Kai'Sa can't do anything. Oh, look at the Aphelios pelting melting out all that damage. He has red and white, one of the highest DPS combination of guns, and that's going to be 3 kills onto this Aphelios. Even with the mid lane going down, they're still in a really solid spot. Look at this freeze. There's really nothing that Kai'Sa can do. Even when she comes back into the lane, it's going to be really, really difficult, but it looks like they're going to opt to push it instead of holding this freeze.
Yeah, I'm really liking Dax's ganks at the moment. They're very, very well timed. You gank the Aphelios when he has the red-white combo, which is one of the best combos in the game, and you punish that flashless Kai'Sa. Very, very good by Dax's game. I think that at the moment, he's fighting for this MVP spot. He might be 0-3, but I think he's had the biggest impact in the game.
Yeah, he is getting a lot of pressure down, out pressuring his Hismi, and off the ground. Now we have once again Shihu's picking up another solo kill. He's done this in multiple games in a row. Let's see what occurred. It looks like he's just gonna get this R into the tower. That's gonna be the stun. A tower shot's gonna come through. Kennen is gonna be just stunned forever, and really well played on Shihu. Kennen just didn't respect the Gnar wallop range and has gotten CC'd under the tower in a solo kill for the side of Gnar.
That's huge. I think not to mention that this Gnar is being in a counter matchup. Very clean by him. Immediately Ard. Side of Kennen, he should have been a little more respectful to the Mega Gnar, but good. Good job to ult him back into the tower, get the kill. Maybe he'll close that gap in gold at the moment.
Yeah, the Mega Gnar is usually the concern. Kennen does do really well in this matchup, but you have to always take note that that is where Gnar's damage and kill pressure usually comes from, is that Mega Gnar. And now he's just going to collect up 2 plates here. Kennen is completely back into this game. This counter pick is not working out in the same effectiveness as it was earlier. Gnar most likely has more gold in his pocket at the moment. And that's going to be another flay missing from the Thresh, but he is just zoning. He doesn't really have to pressure that much as this wave is pushing in. This is going to be really disastrous for the side of Team Azure if they cannot manage to break this freeze.
Very interesting because they're freezing good. Because I was going to say, I feel like Champion Red, from the slight misplay, if I had to talk about it, is that he hasn't froze very well, but he's freezing right now. Huge CS advantage. He's not playing Senna, so good on him.
Yeah, and now they should just be calling their jungler to come up, but this Hismi is actually not going to go help his bot lane out. He's going to look to get this Scuttle Crab instead, so this is really going to leave his bot lane to the Wolves here. Dax has pink wards, he has so many, he knows he's going to be out of vision if he walks up, and they just can't farm right now. They're going to be so gated and stunted from the inability to just get access to these minions.
One of the biggest problems with Darius jungle in general is he's not very good at ganking for a jungler. Like, he just walks at you and it's very hard to gank. Oh.
Yep, here we go. Flash hook. That's going to be the Seraphine. He's flashing out. There's going to be a root coming through. Champion Red is going to get that extra bit of DPS down, but that is double Summoner's Burn. Here come Hismi. He is going to just get that damage onto the Gnar. The Gnar is just going to die to the bleed. He is going to go down. That is going to be a kill. That's going to give them the opportunity to break through this first tower. Let's see what exactly happened. It looks like another solo kill was going to come through. Gnar is going to flash forward. He didn't know that Darius was there. Probably wasn't expecting it, given the map state at the moment. And that's going to just be a kill. That could just be first tower, as Dax is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, Nars is overextended. He didn't know where Darius was. That's not really that big of his fault. He just walked into a Darius, and when you walk into a Darius, you are dead Gnar, pretty much.
Yeah, with the Ghost and the mobility and the Smite, that's going to be a lot of useful things for the Darius. Now this is just going to be place landing. Gnar has teleport available, but it looks like Azure is really indexing into their lane that was having the most effective laning phase, the one that is winning in some regard, has a CS advantage. But now here, this is a sign that Lilia could look if that bowling ball lands, but it looks like she is going to walk out with that movement speed, clear out this pink ward, and she has camps available, so more than likely she's going to full clear and then go back and look for this dragon. But here's another fight. Now, oh my god, this is no shot of getting away. All that damage is coming through. Kai'Sa's just going to go down to the Aphelios yet again, and even though Thresh is low, he's going to make it out yet another time.
Yeah, that's just a wallet difference. I think that Kai'Sa played that relatively well for how she could have won it, but unfortunately bot lane is just so far ahead that they just slap with their wallets and they win.
Yeah, this is just a really rough spot for this bot lane. They don't really have that many avenues at this point. That's going to be more CS dropped under the tower, and Kai'Sa's going to have to find an avenue in this game that's going to be somewhere else. And the only one who really can pressure anything at this point is probably Hismi. He has the kills, he has the gold. He needs to look and spread his advantage out to some of these lanes to really come back into this game.
Yeah, which is a little bit difficult because, like I said, ganking on Darius jungle is a bit difficult because you just run at them. I think that he should be trying to find Dax in his jungle if he can manage to do that, or at least continue to gank this top lane because top lane is the only lane that's relatively gankable in my opinion. I don't think you're going to be able to gank this bot lane very well since they're so far ahead, and mid lane Vladimir just pulls out. So I think top should be your target for ganks if you're his man.
Yeah, that is probably just going to be the most optimal opportunity here. That's going to be a pink ward cleared up. There isn't really much to do at the moment. The dragon is going to go down, and that is just BBZ controlling the map, getting all these objectives here. This is going to be the second dragon. They're going to set themselves up for an early soul, and at this moment, they've had complete control throughout the entirety of the game.
So Marcus, I have a question for you. TAS was a finalist for the league last year, and now they're starting out at 1-4. How do you think that they can come back from this season in general? What is the number one thing you think they should focus on? Maybe is it picks, or it's gonna be a fight here?
Yeah, that is going to be the Kennen R going down, but that's not going to be enough damage. Nar is going to be able to walk it out with the movement speed, and that is just going to be a trade. But it looks like they're suffering from a little bit of lag. Here comes the FFS. He's just going to get caught out, and that's going to be the Seraphine picking up the shutdown. They would have really loved to have that on the Kaisa, but it's better than nothing. And now the Ghost is going to come down where he's going to chase out the Thresh. And Hismi has found another angle, so he is looking to get his lanes involved. Their lanes are suffering, and this is a decent spot for the Darius to be able to do something so he doesn't continue to fall behind as Lilia just finds play after play.
And like I said, TAS has a lot of good players, and they're world finalists, so I'm not exactly sure how it's very, very easy for them to come back. Like I said, they're very good players. They were finalists, that kind of stuff. I don't think that their season's over. They need to work on their mental and make sure that they're doing good.
Here we go. That's going to be some trades. That's going to be a snapback on the Yone. He's going to take a bunch of damage onto this respawn. Now, oh my god, the flash is going to come through. The Q is going to come from the Vladimir. That's going to be both of them going down. Now, Lily has picked up a double kill. And whew, a really, really unfortunate turn of events as the Yone goes down and the Darius giving up the small shutdown that they've had. That was basically the only advantage that was being able to accrue, and it's just gone right over to BBZ as they find another successful play.
Not successful play by Dax. I think Dax is playing so good this game. There's going to be a fight. I think he's dead.
Yeah, that's dead. He's just dead. It's a solo kill. He just R into the wall. That's going to be another Meganar play. Who is doing a fantastic job for a sub, constantly finding some pressure. He's gotten solo kills in both of his games. This man probably needs to be picked up by a team, be a permanent resident of this league, because it's been phenomenal watching him play.
Absolutely, and he's smashing a counter matchup. I think Dax really influenced that lane as well when he came up there, and he just not letting go of that lead. He's playing very, very smart. I think it's his second solo kill, excuse me. So I'm really impressed with him. I wonder if he's going to take over the starting spot with how well he's playing this game.
Yeah, that is a lot to be concerned about. It seems that this matchup is a little bit misunderstood on the side of the Kennen. So basically, Kennen wins the matchup when Nar is in mini form, but when he does go into this Mega, you need to be cautious. And that hasn't been respected 2 times in a row now. So now we're going to look to see if he manages to come back and find some good Kennenars, because that is going to be the main thing that's going to be able to bring them back into this match.
Absolutely. When it comes to Nar especially, you need to respect his Mega Nar. Like, whether you're Kennen or whatever champion in general, that Mega Nar is very, very important. And like you said, he punishes on the Mini Nar with this Kennen matchup.
The Mininar is where to be punished, and the Meganar is a concern. Now, the Darius is still ahead of the Lilia. He does have a small camp advantage, probably 1.5 camps up at this point. And that is going to be where the only really portion of a lane that's winning. He's probably not up in gold just based off the towers. But let's see, he could do things in a team fight. A resetting Darius is always a danger. Here comes the Thresh. He's going to face check. The Darius is just going to run. He has that movement speed. He's going to catch out the Aphelios. That's the Aphelios getting charmed up. That's going to be a lot of damage coming through, even with the Lantern. Aphelios is just going to drop. Now Thresh is in trouble. He's going to get the double play away, but they are pushing through the box. Ooh, that is really well played on the side of the Thresh, getting the box down, slowing everyone up. Here comes Nar. Nar is in the mid, is 2 seconds away from Mega, but that is going to be the end of the fight.
Good disengage, they got their kill and they got out. Once they saw that Mega Nar, you have to leave. Have to respect it, like we were saying earlier. Good job getting out there. Seraphine's very good at that with her Empower W. So yeah.
Here comes the shot with the Stormbreaker. That is not going to be anything at the moment.
No, and Gnar is exhausted at the moment, and Dragon will be up in 30 seconds. So let's see if this Gnar can manage his Rage Bar properly and get his Mega Gnar for this Dragon fight that should be coming. It'll be up in 20 seconds, like I said, and there is zero vision on the side of TAS. And it's going to be the third Dragon, so relatively you should be fighting for this, and they're going to face check.
That's going to be the hook landing. That's going to be a lot of damage coming through. Hismi is in trouble. He's going to be running. Let's see if he manages to get anything. Let's see if he managed to get anything. Now the Kaiser's just dead. That's going to be the bowling ball landing. This is probably just going to be the Darius going down. Also a double kill for the Gnar. Ooh, really solid play on the side of BBZ. The hook is going to go wide, and the cannon is just going to barely make it out.
So a little bit of miscommunication that they decided to they had to face check that, but you should face check as a unit when it comes to that kind of thing, or you should just give it. I think they wanted to fight it, which is, in my opinion, the better play. But they had to come to it as a unit. There was a split with the Darius going by himself, and then Kaiser by himself. Gnar just took advantage of that and just murdered Kaiser, smashed her against the wall. Rule 34 style.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. And here comes Yon, going to have to R out. He's going to be in trouble here. He's going to have to go out and give that. That's going to be the hook landing, and that's going to be another kill on the side of BBZ. Here's the fight continues. Cannon's going to go down. More kills going over to BBZ as they continually get these picks. And that is probably going to just be the end of it, as they are now going over, and that's going to be the end of the fight.
That's a huge shelter by the Kaiser right there, man. He really wanted that kill. It was really close. I think Gnar got out with, I don't know, 50 HP, maybe 100 right there. Ugh. I feel his pain every week.
Yeah,
Probably needs to be pushing as well. So,
nice rotation. So much going wrong there. And BBZ has just been ahead the entire game. And I don't really know what TAS is going to do here. They have some good team fight options, but they're going to need to find some angles and try to look in that direction, because they haven't really managed to accrue anything from these 2v2, 3v3 fights that we've been seeing.
So, on the bright side, I think Yon is still a very good champion in general. He can get back. He has that 0-10 power spike, like same thing with Yasuo, so he's not super far behind. In general, Kai'Sa just got her Q upgrade. Darius is still super strong. I think that you guys should try to make picks in the side lanes right here. Okay, I think he wins this fight.
Yeah, I think he does. If the Mega Gnar doesn't pop, that's a lot of damage. The snapback is gonna, that's gonna be a little buggy on the snapback. But then, yep, the Gnar is gonna make it out. But that's decent damage that he's putting out. He has gotten some items under his belt, and he is gonna be probably one of the main major damage source coming out.
Yeah, I really want to see how BBZ plays this in general. They have a really strong Gnar. Are they gonna play through the side lanes? And this is gonna be a sneak Baron. They have zero vision on the time of TAS. I think that they're just gonna give this up.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have to. No one's even checking, and yet this is just going to be the Baron going over at 20 minutes.
They should really try to make an assumption to see that they can only see Gnar on the map. The other 4 members have not been visible on the map for the past 15 seconds. You have to assume that they're just at Baron at that point. Maybe they just didn't want to face check that. They thought it was gone regardless. And nice rotation by BBZ. They should be going to this top tower, and they're going to get this tower.
Yeah, that is going to be a bunch of advantages for BBZ. They're up almost 8,000 gold. They're trying to dive this Gnar, but this is just not going to happen. Hismi is trying to tank. Now they need to be careful, because they both could just easily end up dying.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
I'm being reformed, and I'm not going to comment on that, but that was very sus in general.
Yeah, maybe not the play to go for, but they have to find something.
Yeah, having to find something is exactly the play, you're right, but the execution was a bit bad, and they got this inhib tower for both being bot lane, so...
Yep, that is going to be the inhib tower taken down at 21 minutes. That's going to be the inhibitor also falling. Now they've just controlled this game also. Now, this is going to be concerning. They need to be careful. The sleep could easily come out and get 2 of them as the bowling ball has hit. Now they're going to be running away. The teleport is going to be available on the side of the cannon, but Yona is going to get the solo kill in the top side. Let's see how this happened. Looks like Shihu did greed for the wade, not really respecting that the Yon could come back. This is most likely just an E into R combo. Oh, the R is down. This is just an E. It's a flash Q, W, and insta kill. Very well played on the side of Gua.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good play by him. He punished Gnar for disrespecting him, and on the bright side, Gnar Nard died. That's a huge shutdown for Yon. Yon can get back in this game. Like I said, Yon gets a huge power spike once he gets full crit and stuff like that. They're saying that this game's not completely over. So let's see it.
Yeah, there's definitely some spots for where Gua can make an impact. Here comes a tower falling, even with the big gold lead. If you find these picks, if you get these shutdowns, you can always come back, and that's what Team Azores is looking for right now.
But at some portion in the game, I think that Kaisa had a... Okay, there's gonna be a fight here.
Yep, here comes the fight. The box is already gonna go down. And
If you
now
don't-
that can be a 3-man charm, but then is it going to be enough? Kennen's going to be zoning us into the back line. Here comes a lot of damage. That's going to be Dax picking up multiple kills. That's going to be an ace. Everyone's just dead. The team fight is over before it even starts. And now we're going to need a replay. Go ahead, Fang. Tell me what happened.
This is absolutely just a wallet difference. Actually, this is a really good fight by TAS in general. I like the setup. Just the only problem is that they're just so far ahead that they just get punished for it. I really like this play. If they're even, I think that if they're even, this is a wipe and it goes completely different. It's a great Seraphine ulti and a good setup by Kennen. He like the slightest thing he could have maybe flashed in earlier, but I really like this play in general. Just the difference is you just got wallet difference. That's it.
Yeah, there's really nothing much to say. They didn't. Even with a beautiful Seraphine ult hitting multiple people, it just wasn't enough.
And then Dax saved that team fight. Actually, I didn't even see that the first time around. Thank you for the replay. Dax went in and flash queued and got, I think it was a 4-man sleep to really save that team fight in general. If they got that wipe from TAS, they're looking at a completely different game here.
Yeah, that would probably have been enough to come back. That would have been multiple shutdowns, multiple avenues for the comeback, plenty of things that can really be what Team Azores need, but that was just snuffed out and taken away by BBZ with the Baron still available.
So if I'm not mistaken, as I said earlier, I think Kaisa had a serrated Dirk at one point during this game. I think she sold it to complete Kraken Slayer, which obviously you do not want to do, but I'm not entirely positive about that.
Yeah, he just wanted to complete an item at this point, just wanted to myth it somewhere.
Which, of course, Kaisa is one of the few champions where you don't even want to complete your mythic. Like, before you get your Q upgrade, you get serrated Dirk and the Moon Quiver and the pickaxe, and you get your Q upgrade. Or if you're going Last Whisper or whatever, instead of serrated Dirk, which is, I think, the better build. Actually, I would probably go Last Whisper this game. I'm not sure about you, Marcus, but
yeah, I think Last Whisper is probably where you should have been, where you should be going. And I don't know. I'm not sure where exactly what the correct item build would be here.
Judging from my co-caster's laughter, I'm assuming that I'm being way too toxic. So let me chill. If I'm coming off aggressive.
No, just the right amount.
There should be a fight here. I think that he might be dead. No, this Vladimir is so far ahead.
Yeah, he's gonna be running. That's gonna be a flash out. Kennen is gonna barely make it out, but that's another resource down. Kennen's really dependent on his flash for getting these big angles in team fights.
This Vladimir is going the big dick BDE Majai's build at the moment. So I'm very interested to see what he how he performs in general with this very aggressive item in general. They're super far ahead. Maybe they're just saying like, yo, I'm trying to get these highlight plays.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. It looks on my end the stream is lagging a bit. I'm not even sure what I am looking at. It looks like it's cleared up a bit.
They're sieging this bot lane tower at the moment. I will now be the play-by-play, dude. We're gonna switch mid thing. Huge sleep right here. That's a 3-man sleep. Gnar going in ulti misses. All right, that's fine. Seraphine ult misses. Yon, nice. A good peel back by the time of BBC. Yon dies. Really good team fight by TAS being so far behind, actually. They just missed a couple key ultis.
Yeah, they've managed to still find a way to stall out, and that is one of the first keys to coming back, is just making sure that the game doesn't get too far out of control. So I am happy to still see that.
Yeah, in general, if they would have just got the few ultis that they missed, I think the Seraphine ulti was really, really big to miss. But Yon played that fight really, really well in general. Like I said, they're really far behind, so that's actually worth. I think that's worth for them to lose Inhib and Tower when you're that far behind. Getting 3 kills like that, I know it sounds stupid, but like when you're this far behind,
Blue team's
any goal that you can get
destroyed.
is most welcome, even if it's just pride points in general.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you just have you have to take what you can get. I really don't expect uh, that many winning angles for them. So just getting a little bit of gold in your pocket, helping your team catch up. But look at this Kaisa. She's really, really struggling. She's stunted. She's 1-6. She probably doesn't even have Q evolve at 26 minutes. So they're just really waiting for something to come through.
I think that she does have Cuban ball, but she's having a bad time, man. She does have Cuban
Oh,
ball.
actually, no, she does not.
She
If you
doesn't?
don't,
Oh,
no, she doesn't.
ouch, man. That is rough, dude.
She's trying to go PD so she can get both Q and E at the same time.
Which, I guess when you're this far behind, I guess it's fine, but I think that you really should just be trying to go for the Q upgrade. Which is smart by BBZ. They're saying, come to Baron. You have to face check this. Come fight us. Sleep by Lilia.
Yep,
Dead.
sleep on the
ulti?
Darius, and he is just gone. Nothing much to say here. As they're running, this could easily just be the last fight of the game, as Vladimir is going to pick up another team. Aphelios is going to make it out with a lot of HP up, and yep, that is probably just going to be the wrap. That's 4 people dead already. And Seraphine is running. That's just to support a triple kill on the side of the Vladimir, and that is just going to be game.
Yeah, I mean, they played that fight a little bit well. If they were together, then that fight would have been a lot different. Kennen didn't ult that fight. Darius got caught out. But I really like how they played the fights towards the end. This is a... It looks like a disgusting loss for TAS, but I actually think they played a lot better than the scoreboard says in general. I think that they're a way better team than their record indicates. As BBZ takes this one.
Yeah, a really rough one for the side of Team Azorf. But that is going to be another win for BBZ. They have it on a roll. They've really came back strong, and I don't know. There's not much to say at the conclusion of this one.
No, I think BBZ played very well. There's some spots that TAS needs to work on, but I think that Dax in general. If I'm giving out MVPs for every game, I think that Dax was the MVP of this game. I think they played very well. I think all of his ganks were extremely good. Chris Sunga with the 008, by the way. Shout out to my boss who was paying me a lot of money.
Absolutely. And Chris Edgeworth getting a shout out to Dax being a Lilia one trick himself. That's good to see. Just noticed that in the corner.
He is, and if we're going to... By the way, Chris Edgeworth, Director Chris, has yet to friend request me on League of Legends, by the way. I don't know if it's because I make fun of his NA production from time to time, but...
Oh, that is egregious. How can we allow such infamy to still remain on the cast? I don't know. We don't know what to say. Please, in the chat, everyone, free. Let's get it a free Fangs chat so he can get a friend request from our great and honorable head director.
I just want to be noticed by my director. You know, he refuses to pay me. He refuses to give me the love that I deserve. And Yon in general, when you gotta look at the bright spots when you get stomped like this, and no offense to TAS, but you get to look at the bright spots. I think that Gua played very well. I don't remember how to pronounce his name. I'm so sorry, but Vladimir played very well on the side of. I think everyone played really well on the side of BBC. I'm not sure exactly if Nar is a sub or not, but he's shooting for that starting spot. In general, I think he played very well. Got 2 solo kills. So
yeah, 2 solo kills in this match. He's played consistently solid for both games. Other than his some CSing problems, I think he'd be a really solid addition to any team. And him subbing and performing so well is a really good look that's saying BBZ is not only talented but deep and has a bench that can be useful in pretty much all these angles.
BBZ is not here to take part. You know, King Chris has been talking about how he doesn't want to take part anymore. He wants to take over. He wants to take over this heroic league. There's been some rivalries coming around with the former Old Guard and INT who won last year, and another former Old Guard and TAS who they just beat this game. So look out for BBZ in general. They're going 5-1 now. I don't know if you have anything else to say, but
no, I'm saying that I'm sure that everyone's sick of hearing us talk. That is the it for FOF tonight. Please stick around. We have an interview coming. We have the lounger that's going to be coming too. It has been a great day of games. I'm glad to have been here, and that is out from me found, and that's going to be. I'll let Fangs give his little outro and take us into the interview.
oh, I'm doing an outro now. Wow. Thank you for allowing me to cast. I think I got canceled, so this might be my last one, guys. Chris,
All
should
right,
everyone press
I
me?
clearly made a mistake giving him the outro. All right, let's get in. Thank you guys for the day. I hope everyone enjoyed what was put on for all these teams. There was so much good play. There was so many good plays that will be remembered, and so much good content from FOS. Please thank all the people who do so much work to put this on, and let's head to the interview.
Hello, folks. Chris Edgeworth here on the interview desk. I am joined by the victorious champion Red after that win. How are you feeling after it?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm glad we picked up the win, although my team did grief me a little bit in that bot lane dive. Still happy we won.
Right on. Well, I want to ask you, coming into this game, what was the draft plan coming against someone like TAS that has been a long time demon in this lane? Someone to be measured up against. What was the plan coming into this?
So our plan was to basically power pick one of the power clear junglers and then followed up with Thresh with kind of like a hyper carry. So it was either going to be Varus or Aphelios, and then I wasn't really expecting the Darius. That kind of threw us off a little bit, and it actually gave them counter pick because it ended up being a flex, but it worked out all right.
I am a huge fan of the Thresh Aphelios matchup, so I'm glad that this is what you picked up, especially with Chris being the special agent, Chris Songa with the 0018 scoreline. Talk to me a little bit more about just playing with Chris in the bot lane and the success that you've been able to have over the last couple of games.
It's actually really great. We probably have the least amount of games played together out of any other bot duo in the league, just due to Chris's schedule with the tournament, and then I work and all that stuff. So we kind of just have this natural synergy, which is really, really helpful due to that situation. So it's mostly good vibes down there all the time. So it's pretty nice.
Well, it's certainly easy to keep those good vibes going when you've had so much success as you both have had in this matchup. If I might ask you one final thing about just Team Asworth, they are trending towards the lower end of the table, but they have long been, like I talked about earlier, a thorn in the league. What did you feel about matching up against them yourself in this game? It was a commanding win, but how did you feel in the game going through it?
I think Gua is the main takeaway. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I think he's in contention for probably the second best mid laner in the league, up there with Camel Basil. So we really wanted to keep an eye on him, and even when doing that, he was able to get me in a couple fights. So I'm really impressed.
Yeah, Gua is the indomitable flex player, it seems. The ADC extraordinaire, but also has these AD assassins in the back pocket, it seems. So definitely someone to be respected, no matter what lane they end up matching up in. Champion Red, I want to thank you so much for joining us for an interview. Is there any final words before we step away?
Yeah, shout out to my mid laner Lights. He is totally underrated. He's probably the best player in this tournament. And that kind of annoys me because it doesn't matter how fed I get, he will always do more damage than me. And yeah, so that's what I got. That's all I got.
He's a dirty Vlad picker, so I don't know much I can endorse that. But it's still. I want to thank you for joining us for an interview. Excellent win by Blue Bayou. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly with our FOF Lounge. Don't touch that browser. We'll be right back. Cool. Thanks so much.